in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Now the rookie from Pitt, this is James Conner. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, it's Conner. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now gone. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
It's Johnny Hecker now, an all-pro 3 of the last 4 years on to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They're not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. With that last carry, Adrian Peterson has gone over 12,000 yards in his career. He becomes the 16th member of that elusive club.
How about that? The next 3 guys that are on the list that he can pass, all Hall of Famers. Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, and Marcus Allen. No wonder his dad called him AD for all day. That man can go.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first.
All right, say it with me now. A lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Robert Quinn's long, angular frame suggests a sprinter coming out of the blocks. And I had to ask him, I said, how are you able to gain leverage when rushing the passer? He says, because of high school wrestling. You have to be able to drop your center of gravity and be able to get underneath guys in order to get pins. And he said, I did that pretty darn well in high school, and it's carried over to my play in the NFL.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now Breeze on 3rd down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
No
yardage. Okay.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Goff now looking to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's gone. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score? I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal. Breeze now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Kobe Flainer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Coming into the year, Breeze, 465 touchdown passes. Add another one to the total.
You know, it's funny. I just talked with his college head coach, and he told me that when Drew was a sophomore at Purdue, they weren't sure he was truly the starter, even though he started the opening game. And he made a play early in that one where the coach got on the headset and told the rest of the staff, well, fellas, we found our quarterback. Now we got to make sure we find the rest of our team.
Breeze hasn't looked back since. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the totals for Sammy Watkins in last week's game: 6 catches, 72 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Connor. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They run with Connor. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Toss play, Connor, and this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now it's gone. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Well, if you haven't gotten enough football this Thanksgiving weekend, there's still more to come. Tonight,
yes,
you're pumped up. It's 2 of the most storied franchises in NFL history doing battle, the Packers and Steelers from Heinz Field. Then tomorrow night, more. Wrap up your Cyber Monday with the Texans at the Ravens from Baltimore.
Man, is it time to start shopping already?
Just go online, man. It said Cyber Monday. Click, click, click.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
They'll fake to Peterson and now Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks right near the 39. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot and they connected there and picked up a first down.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Breeze. And his throw is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got Snead. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something that broadcasters say. It's got to be good, right?
It's gotta be
you
good.
Tell me.
Well, it's got to be good if Larry's doing it.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Shifts by him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line. In pregame, get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Goff. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. Goff on first down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing again is Goff. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. An update now from Oakland. It's the Raiders with the early lead over the Broncos. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Rams trail at home at halftime. The Saints will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's roll the highlights. Now, early in the first quarter, here's Drew Brees connecting with Willie Snead. And he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 34-yard line. But they end up coming away with just 3 on the drive. Now, 1st and 10, the pass ends up being picked off. Saints defense forces the turnover. Offense on the field now after the pick. Brees has got the completion here, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. With the ball late in the half, Brees on point with the throw, and 13 yards later, he'll go in for the score. Saints push. So that will bring our halftime report to an end. We send you back now to Brandon and Charles in L.A. to start the second half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Around the NFL, second quarter in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Gibbs got it. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Peterson gets the handoff from Breeze. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 34 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. Only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle. Call it a gain of a couple there, as it'll leave him with a second and just 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. It's complete to Flainer. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kobe Flainer, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one. And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. Fights through it. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead will grow by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Going deep here for Watkins. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Here's Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a first down throw. Goff. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Throwing on third. Goff. And that will be incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Connor Barwin coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
The Saints on third down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 16. To throw is Breeze. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now Austin. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now it's Connor. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Allen now to throw on 3rd down. He finds his man. It's Austin. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. find some space.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. Now a toss coming right side. It's Connor, and the 49ers have just scored for some more cushion. Michael Crabtree, he's found the end zone with a touchdown reception in that one. 3 quarters have come and gone. For the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
On 3rd down, that's Connor, and he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. Allen to throw again. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Haoli Kikaha in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now Allen throwing on 3rd and long. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Here's Connor. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And here's Allen on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Russell Wilson with 1 touchdown pass thus far. On 1st and 10, Allen. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play that time for the Rams. And even 50 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line.